Welcome back, everybody. Derrick Sue, your East Oakland advocate. Well, today I want to talk about some scammer tricks that have been tried on me, and I want to talk about one that I played along, even though I knew it was a scammer, and um, they can be very tricky. As Run DMC said, it's tricky. So. Uh, One of the things that I found a lot of scammers contact you if you're a member of Facebook Messenger, and a lot of hacking goes on in the Facebook realm there, which is very disappointing. And that's why if I'm ever contacted by somebody through Messenger or an email, if they email me asking me to add them to my Facebook friends, that's a big red flag there. Don't ever do that, because that's a hacker. That is 100% a hacker. And the reason why I say that is because there's plenty of options and means for them to be friended by you if you choose to. And I'm very selective about who I choose to be friended and to follow me. And so not everybody makes the cut, and for good reason. But anyway, getting back to the Facebook Messenger, I was contacted. This was back in 2020. I was indoors at the time at my friend's apartment, and was getting reestablished from things that had happened, and I was now free of all of the court uh, regulations and bullshit that they tried to put on me. So anyway, this scam started out as a Facebook executive saying that you've won $100,000 for I forget what the thing was, but they showed pictures, they showed prizes, they showed a lot of uh, uh, things that appeared to be from Facebook, and said, "This is what we're hoping that you can respond and become part of," which was like I said, it was some giveaway that Facebook was doing some, which was fake. It was all fake. Pictures were pretty realistic looking, but like I said, you can fake pictures. You can put Facebook's name. You can put all sorts of background in there, but and you can also copy and clone faces from the internet, and I suspect that's what they actually did. And so here's kind of what happened. And anyway, it was a Facebook executive. I won't name names, but I did do a check at the real Facebook site, and that was a real executive. And so that was the first check, because normally, if it comes from somewhere, you won't be able to verify who that person or that executive or individual is within that company. So that's the first red flag. And the reason why I say I knew it was fake, because executives don't do this. I mean, your top 100 executives would not get involved with putting their face on something like this. They have the folks under them who are the faces that become part of that. But anyway, one of the things that really caught my attention real quick was, and what we need you to do is leave a $350 deposit, and we will have your check ready for you now, and we'll mail it out to you. And I said, well, I'm not that far away from the Facebook headquarters. I'm just across the bay. I can get a person to take me over there. And then all of a sudden, it came back. Well, no, 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 no. You don't want to come to the headquarters. It's very dangerous over here. It's a drive that you don't have to take, which was, you know, that sends up another big red flag for you. So anyway, and then they kept pushing that I needed to put a $350 deposit down on the prize, claim my prize supposedly, and they wanted it on a credit card. And so there's your third red flag. Anytime they're asking for money, it's a scam. Because if you in fact had won a prize, if you had won a real prize, they would take out any fees out of the prize and give you a check for the rest. So they said, we can't do that. It has to be done so that we know that you are a real legitimate person, which is a load of shit. Because they contacted you, they're talking to you, you are a real person. And so they didn't want me to pick anything up, or come out to meet anybody at the Palo Alto headquarters. And they kept saying it's too dangerous. I said, I am armed. I have a federal firearms license. I'm not afraid to go anywhere. Somebody pull a gun on me, they're going to get shot by me. So, and then they kept pushing. Well, we need that deposit. And it's like, well, you got to be scamming me, because no legitimate prize asks for that kind of money, and it has to be on a credit card. And so then they start pushing. Well, you don't want $100,000 prize? I said, not if that's the one thing that I have to do to get it. I have to give you $350. No, take the $350 out of the prize. And I said, that's the only legitimate way that I know that you're real, because here in America, if you're required to pay some sort of deposit or upfront fee, you're a scam. I told them that, and they said, no, don't. You see who I am. I'm an executive. I can't lie. It's like, well, I know you're a liar, because I know you're not that person. And then I really broke off all contact shortly thereafter. But it did go on for about 2.5 hours. That's how persistent they were. They were very persistent. And every time they came back to talk to and see what my response was, oh, we need that $350. So that's your big red flag. Anybody, anytime, anywhere asking for money, and especially on a credit card, that's a scammer. And so yesterday I talked about how not to get into those kind of scams on your cell phone by picking up. So this is online. This actually comes through the Facebook Messenger service. And if it's not that, then it's through your email. You'll get a email from somebody you never heard of asking, well, I'm having problems being friended by you, by your page. Could you please add me? And that one always gets a hell no. It's because I know you're a scammer. No, I don't care who you think you are. No, that doesn't happen. And then that'll knock off 90% of your scammers right there. And then, or the other way that I've also had this, they texted me. So they're using my telephone number. They have my telephone number. And I know on the black market, people's telephone numbers and names are there. I've heard, from reliable sources that my number and name is there, along with some old information, banking information, credit cards, websites, things like that. So don't think that the scammers don't already have, if they're calling you, contacting you, they already have your information. They already know about you. And then the scary part now is that they can even identify family members' voices and faces and recreate a realistic animation that is all faked using Chat GPT. Yeah, they can duplicate your face, they can duplicate your voice exactly with Chat GPT. And so that's why I don't pick up anything. And one of the biggest clues that I have uh, to tell you, if you get a messenger message from somebody not in your regular circle of friends and contacts and followers, just out of the blue, and that messenger message will say, "How are you?" or "How are things going?" Uh, those are scammers that have hacked one of your friends' identities on Facebook and using it. Because I've had quite a few. I even caught one red-handed, because this was a good friend that I knew, and it was just last year, in fact. And within two messages, they were already saying, "Hey, have you heard about this opportunity?" And I don't care about an opportunity. I don't care about what you're offering me, because I'm not interested. I'm not buying, and I know the person directly. And so I called that person up. I said, "Hey, are you calling, asking me about some sort of uh, opportunity, through your messenger?" And that person said, "No, I haven't been online all day." I said, "Well, somebody's posing as you right now, and I've got them online on the other side, you know, on my iPad, and so I'm just calling to verify that it's not you." And that's what I did. And when I went back on, and I said, "I just called you, and you are not that person." And shortly thereafter, uh, every message in that row disappeared. Yeah, that that scammer had left a trail that when I reported it to Facebook, they could have looked into it and tried to trace some of that. And a lot of these are coming from these scammers that are outside the country. We're talking about Nigeria, the Caribbeans, Central America, and South America. That's where a majority of these scams are coming from, and they hide their purpose by using fake numbers. And what I've recently been seeing, especially through my Verizon service, is that these are what was it that the Verizon called it? Oh, uh, what was that? Well, they're not registered yet. They're not even listed as official or usable numbers right now. So uh, on my phone itself will tell me that these are scams, and so I just let it continue. These don't ring, by the way. When the service that I have through my Verizon, I have a paid service, and so international calls, they've learned, do not come through, and so they use a code and put in a telephone number that doesn't exist or may exist, and they'll put in something, a fake name sometimes, but usually not. Because what will show up on your screen, it says unknown. Um, but anyway, uh, the scammers are using all sorts of means to part you from your money, to get hold of your credit, your ID, steal your ID, steal all your finances, your banking information, and steal whatever they can from you. So hopefully some of these tips here, my past experiences with some of these fraudsters, will help you from becoming a victim, because seniors are the most victimized. At over $62 million last year was taken just from the Bay Area seniors, and that's a scary number. That we have a lot of seniors that are like myself. We're running out of family, we're running out of friends, and we're running out of peers, and so loneliness sets in. And sometimes that's all it takes is a weak moment, and that person on the other end taking advantage of that weak moment and the loneliness of a senior. And those seniors, a lot of times, are having some issues mentally, and we see seniors getting taken all the time, unfortunately, taken for tens of thousands of dollars at a time. And then some seniors are even losing their homes to these scammers. So this is my warning to you. Follow those tips and stay alert. Put in place protections on your phone. Be aware of these scammers that hijack person people's IDs on Facebook and use it through Messenger. They hijack the Messenger. Don't fall for that. If you get contacted by somebody who actually is in your friendship group, and you have their telephone number or a means to contact them alternately, please do so. Verify anything and everything. Thanks for joining me today. Stay safe. We'll be right back.